came running over one day with a piece of paper that he unfolded, and on there were written 4 words, and those words were, "I love you, Daddy." And they were the first words that he'd ever read that his daughter had written to him. And this was something that he could never do with her until that moment. My name is Pank Sethi. I volunteer for Shannon Trust, but I work also for Positive East. I go into prisons and do workshops where I talk about treatment, where I talk about prevention, where I talk about stigma for HIV. I was sentenced back in 2017, and whilst I was in prison, I became a Shannon Trust mentor. It's allowed me to actually help those that couldn't read to learn how to read using the Turning Pages manuals. 61% of prisoners have a reading age of less than an 11-year-old. It's very difficult for them to then function within the community, and therefore easier for them to turn back to reoffending. Shannon Trust believes that no person should be left behind. If somebody has the desire to want to, then they should be able to learn how to read.
It's really important to work with a partner that had just the amount of experience that Shannon Trust had. Yalla Cooperative is a collective of web designers and developers. So we mainly work with charities, social enterprises. So it's really important for us. What is the problem that we need to work together to solve?
And I suppose allows us to expose those that are leaving prison to the digital world. Some of the prisoners that I was there with had no idea of what an Oyster card was, or sort of a self-service checkout. So anything that we can actually kind of help them prepare for in terms of a digital world, I suppose, is always really good.
You know, Turning Pages has already been successful as a curriculum, so it's then looking at like, well, how can digital then mean that we can use this to reach more people and help more people?
Of course, if you've got somebody that can't read, there's no point having a load of text on a screen that they can't see or read. So everything is also accompanied with audio and pictures. We have milestones so that they can see the physical progress that they're making, to encourage them, help them keep going. When I sat down and actually went through the whole thing, I was really quite proud of the fact that we created something that was clearly going to make a difference to people's lives.
Not just saying it because you're here with Shannon Trust, but I think actually the relationship with Shannon Trust has been great. Coming into something within the criminal justice system is going to always be a very hard thing to do. How about yourself, the experience of working with a digital team?
I think there are quite a few highlights for me. I think the first is the fact that the MOJ understood that there was a need to invest in this and to invest in literacy. And I think the fact that Shannon Trust is going forward into a digital world, continuing to offer something that we know works, a program that we know is successful, and a program that we know changes people's lives. To know that you can change someone's life by spending 20 minutes a day with them is profound. There's a great sense of pride that they have, and there's a great sense of pride that I have at seeing somebody honestly and genuinely want to do something to make their lives better, which is ultimately what rehabilitation is about.